welcome in to the new moon in Pisces. Let's see. I'm thinking I like that setup better. Yeah, I'll just adjust. Hold on 1 second as people are coming in. I'm going to fix this. All right. Hold on. This is going great. Did I try this again? Okay, there we go. Sure. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Janine Gibbons from Cards and Coffee with Janine. I am usually on Instagram. I'm going to update the description after this to put my socials down there, so you can definitely follow me on Instagram, which is where I usually do my videos. But tonight I felt really called to come live on YouTube just as something different and something fun for you guys, to just reach more people, to see if there's an audience for this. So welcome to my altar, welcome to my table and my space. Tonight we are going to be doing a different kind of reading too, where I'm going to be pulling a tarot card and an oracle card for each sign. So water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I'll pull a tarot card from the Light Seers Tarot. That's what we're using tonight, by Chris Ann. And messages from the mermaids for the oracle card. So I'll be pulling one card for water signs, one card for air signs, earth signs, and fire signs. So each are going to get a tarot card and oracle card. And I'm really excited. I don't know why I'm nervous. I guess it's just something new, but that's what new moons are for. They're kind of to explore the potential of things, the stored potential, as my teacher was talking about today. But let me talk a little bit about Pisces and what's going on in the sky right now as we sage. And then I'm going to open a circle and we'll get started. So let me see if I have a good piece of sage. All right. So Pisces is a water sign. And water signs are kind of always known for their emotions. They're all a little different. And Pisces, to me, Pisces is the final frontier. That's kind of what I was hearing in my head the other night when I was tapping into this energy of this new moon. They're the last sign of the zodiac. And they're mysterious. They deal with the unknown. It's the final sign. So it's kind of like a little slice of all the signs are in there. And they come together in this wholeness to create something that's so big, maybe we'll never get to the bottom of it or fully understand. But Pisces creates a really good atmosphere to play. So here's some of that sage for you, by the way. Sage is antibacterial, antimicrobial, so it's a really, really good thing to burn every day. And it also just energetically cleanses the space as well and sets sacred space for when you're going to be raising energy, which is what we're going to be doing. So I always like to do that first, and then I put it behind me too. Be careful when you're doing that. But yeah. So, sure. So we're going to get started. What else do I want to say about Pisces? Gosh, there's so much going on. The big thing for me is how close Jupiter is to this new moon. So Jupiter is a planet of expansion. And with it being so close to the sun and the moon in Pisces, it's creating this expansion of our intuition. So, a lot of your soul gifts are probably coming online right now, which is really exciting. And some well-aspected intentions that would go along with this new moon definitely could be around a deepening of your intuition or further understanding your soul gifts, which we all have. So yeah, I think that this moon could be great for anything though, because Pisces deals with the imagination. So if you can dream it, you can be it, you can embody it, you can envision it. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And like I said, I thought of it as I think of it as the final frontier. So it kind of makes me think of space, even though it is a water sign. It just makes me think of having space, like endless amounts of space. What my teacher was referring to as stored potential. Like if you think of it as like a Google Drive that just has no limit to how much it can store. But then you get to choose tonight what part of that space you're harnessing. And yeah, so that's a really exciting thing. So the reason, I think of space, but it is a water sign. So to me, the other thing that represents space on the planet is not just outer space, but space in our bodies of water, which make up a majority of the planet, is water. So the ocean, I just automatically always think of the ocean. And because Pisces does have this element of mystery to it, I think of what lives in the ocean and what we don't fully understand in the ocean. And there's so much. And one of the things that you'll find in every culture is mermaids. So mer, meaning light, and then maid, being maiden. And then there's also some mermen in here too. But yeah, so exploring these light beings of the sea, essentially, and seeing what messages they have for us. And this deck is so beautiful. So we're definitely going to be taking a really beautiful look at that and exploring the artwork, exploring the messages. I like them because they're simple. They're one word kind of cues for the most part. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm nervous. This is something that's a little out of my depth, being on YouTube. But look at how beautiful the cards are. All right, I'm going to figure out the lighting too because it's a little washed out. Hold on. Let me see something. I wonder if that's enough light. If I turn on this. Nope. Okay, then. Let me see. Okay. Well, it was worth playing around with. So I'm also going to be doing a post of this reading afterwards on my Instagram, but I am going to get started. So definitely take some of that sage. It's still going. I've been finding that technology is a little goofy today, which is interesting because another important thing to note about March in general, which by the way, happy March, is that all the planets are moving forward. There's no retrogrades for the entire month of March. So it's a really good time to start, putting into action things and letting them unfold, really. I don't know if you're going to have to do as much, but this speed of life will slowly pick up, as we near the spring equinox on the 20th and Aries season, which is kind of the official beginning of the Western astrology year. And that's how I look at it. So to me, this is the final wrap up, the final conclusion, coming whole. And yeah, I'm really excited. It feels like a very liminal space, Pisces, to me, where anything is possible. So I'm really excited to explore the emotional depths with you. I know a lot of Pisces. One of my best friends is a Pisces, and I just love them as people. They're just really deep. They like to sleep a lot. They're creative. They're the most creative people I know, and imaginative. Like they really kind of see things in a way that is beautiful, that is out there, but in a visionary way. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited. All right, so let me get started. I am going to open a circle. So for those of you who are not that familiar with that, I'll go into why. So the reason I open a circle and burn sage is because I do raise energy, and I like to delineate what energies are allowed in and which ones aren't. Also, I'm an elemental healer through the Sage Goddess, and just like my connection to the elements is kind of how I channel. So any good tarot card reader or oracle card reader at best, on their best day, is a clear channel for the messages to come through them. It's not from me, it's through me that these messages come out. So that's just like an important thing to keep in mind. And what I want coming through me is only, of a certain vibration of the elements, of the guides and guardians of the four directions. So I'm going to open a circle, and what it will do is it will say what's welcome and what's not. So I work in the light solely, but so it's important to me to use those elements to call in. It makes me feel connected. I'm also going to take off my boots because I like to do a thing called earthing, which is when you're barefoot and you're connected to the earth. You can kind of get a better read on the situation if you're ever really feeling depressed. I know it can be not optimal if it's really cold where you are, but it can be nice to go barefoot and just kind of ground, walk on. Even if it's the ground inside, I find that it really helps. And definitely the ground outside, you'll just feel that connection. And it will lift your mood, I promise. So, all right. So I'm going to close the window just in case my neighbor wants to let out her dogs. And then we're going to get started. All right. So I'll be right back. I'm realizing I should have put tags on this video. It's all a process. Okay, hold on 1 second. I couldn't tell you why I just decided tonight, of all nights, that I was going to just get out of my own comfort zone and introduce myself to a new platform. I can tell you why it was this one. It just felt like it was time to expand my channel, to step into some new territory, and to get uncomfortable. I think it's kind of a good thing to do every once in a while. So I'm happy to be here with anyone who will see this later. And I hope some of you will join throughout. So right now I'm going to call my energy into present time and welcome you to do the same. If you want to roll your shoulders back, sit up nice and straight, lean back. When you lean back, it's like the universe is holding you in all of your chakras. So I'm going to call in the guides and guardians of the four directions. So here we go. Okay. You know what I might do is I might open a circle and then call in the guides and guardians. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. All right, the circle is open. Let's call in the guides and guardians together. So if you just want to close your eyes, here we go. I welcome the guides and guardians of the East, element of air. Thank you for being here tonight, guides and guardians. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Thank you for giving us messages around new beginnings that want to come in, new doors that were meant to open in our life that will start new positive cycles and chapters and serve our highest good. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Thank you for giving us clear messages that are easy to understand about the new beginnings ahead. Guides and guardians of the South, element of fire, I welcome you into the circle tonight. Thank you for being here to help us and give us messages around all that no longer serves us, that needs to be let go of and burned clean through fire. Thank you for giving us messages around also all that wants to come in. Anything around creativity and joy and passion and transformation in the South. We welcome you in and ask that you give us messages of what positive transformation lies ahead and how we can best release all that stands in our way so that we can clear a pathway, burn a clean path ahead for the future that ignites our passion and our creativity. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the West, element of water, I welcome you into the circle tonight. Pisces is a water sign, and so I definitely always feel the energy of you so much, sweet guides and guardians of the West. Thank you for giving us messages around anything in our lives that needs cleansing and purification, as well as anything, any messages of abundance and prosperity and things that want to flow into our life after we cleanse and purify all that no longer serves us. Thank you for bringing in those messages too, as well as any messages around emotional healing and healing our heart, which is so needed at this time. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the North, element of earth, I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Welcome you in tonight to give us messages around stability and creating stability and firm foundations in our life that will serve our highest good. I welcome you into with messages of ways that we can stay safe and protected and connected to the earth and our ancestors and spirit guides. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. And finally, I welcome in the element of spirit that breathes life into all of us and reminds us that magic is real and that our potential is truly limitless if we believe. All right, I welcome in all guides and guardians of love and light and nothing else. And with that, the circle is open. The circle is open. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. And so it is. All right, so here we go. I'm going to get some cards out. I'm going to start off with the water signs. So that's going to be Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So if you're one of those signs, this one is for you. All right. Let me just shuffle the cards 3 times since it's March, which is the 3rd month of the year. And card 3 of the tarot is the Empress, and it's my favorite card. So she does talk about fertility and abundance that comes through the earth. So that just feels really good tonight. Just 2, right? I'm the worst with keeping track of the counting, though, honestly. All right, so here's the 3rd one. Here we go. All right, so Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Here is a card for you. Here we go. Oh, well, that's 10. Okay. All right, let's see what wants to come out. This is the problem when more than one wants to come out. All right, let me see if I can get just one to come out, Spirit. There we go. Perfect. Interesting, because it's kind of a combination of the 2 that came out before. So for the water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, this is your card, the Strength card. So again, this is from the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. So what is Strength? So Strength is a major arcana card in the tarot, number 8. And which kind of is appropriate for Pisces, which is a water sign, because Pisces are the 2 fish kind of chasing each other, and it does kind of give you that cyclical nature and that nature of infinity. So what's needed for you guys right now is courage, the courage to try new things. to be brave, to explore the uncharted domain of your life, and to figure out what area that is for you. I just love it so much. I love her little heart, and that half of her face is the lion and half of it's woman, and then there's a little sheep down here, which I kind of love too that they've included, because I feel like true courage, it can be soft. It can be being courageous enough to be kind in a world that doesn't always highlight that as a virtue. Although I do feel like the majority of people are aligning with energies of light. And that's what the tarot is asking you to do for this next cycle, to find new ways to be brave in all areas of your life. So I love that for you. It's really interesting. I was looking at her bracelet there. I was wondering if it's a watch. But yeah, the time for courage is now. All right. So that's going to be your tarot card. And then I'm going to pull you a mermaid card. I'm really excited about these gorgeous cards. This is messages from the mermaids. So here we go. All righties. So let's see what wants to come out. Okay. Be spontaneous. Okay. That's interesting. I really kind of feel like these two cards go together in a sense. Like, it's kind of giving you further direction, like in which area of your life you could be courageous. So be spontaneous with things this month. Like, it's asking you to step out of your comfort zone, maybe in social events, whatever this is for you. But like, maybe don't worry about planning everything so much this month. I find that brave people are not the people who overanalyze things, because when you overanalyze things, you talk yourself out of it. So like, this is really beautiful, sweet medicine. And just look at the artwork on that. Holy. It's so good. So yeah, be spontaneous. And then I am going to read you the oracle card as well. So, and I'm going to do a post later on my Instagram as well, which is Cards and Coffee with Janine. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Alrighty. So be spontaneous. Here we go. All right, here we go. Water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Here's your message for tonight. Do something that takes you out of your normal routine. Life can be a little bit too predictable when we become creatures of habit. It's time for positive action. This mermaid is feeling very comfortable with her life, so much so that she's forgotten to take risks and embrace the spontaneity of life. She says it's time to do something different every day. Even if it's just one simple thing, this will allow your life to flow in fresh, new ways. It's more than okay to be comfortable, and comfort zones are comfortable, which is why it's easy to stay in them. Yet staying in a fixed pattern can cause our sparkle to dull. We need variety in our lives to keep things fresh, beautiful, and positive. Variety helps to keep our energy flowing and allows new and beautiful experiences to gravitate towards us. Be bold and take action. Join a class, learn something new. Stop watching TV for a while and see what the universe wishes to fill the gap with. When you create space for something new, the universe will generally oblige, which is true, especially if you're releasing all that no longer serves you. And that's how you create space for the new to flow in. But, you can start that by trying new things like they're suggesting. Let's see. You need to take the first step, though, and dare to be spontaneous. Will you take up the challenge? When this card appears, it's a strong message to try something new, to mix things up in a positive way. Nothing needs to be disrupted. A small change can make the world of a difference, not only to yourself, but others also. However, if you don't relate to this interpretation, another message from this card is that perhaps it's time to stay in your comfort zone. The routines and safeties may be exactly what's needed in your life right now. So really interesting. They kind of give you an out there because, if you're doing a collective reading, the energy for everybody is going to be different. It's going to find them in different places in their lives. But I feel like especially paired with the strength card, that the universe is saying you have the strength within you to try new things, to explore new things, and to be okay. That you're safe and you're protected enough to be spontaneous. So, courage to try new things. I like it. All right. So next up, let's see. So we started in the West with the water signs. I'm going to do earth signs next. So this is for all my Virgos, Capricorns, and Taurus. All right. I kind of like this, exploring each of the elements and signs that way. So you'll have to tell me if you like it too. And here's our final one. Three. All right, here we go. Whoa. All right, that's 2. So shuffle a little bit more here. 1 card, Spirit. 1 card for my earth signs. That's 2. Okay, that's 3. See if I can get 1. Sometimes I can get the cards to cooperate and other times not. So it's really interesting because already feeling, it's so funny when I shuffle cards. I've been doing this for a minute now. I can tell the energy is different for all the signs. So the waters one came out fairly easily. Earth energy feels a little chaotic right now, which, it's kind of chaotic times on the planet. So let's see if I can get one to fly out. Come on. Or I'm just going to pick one out if it doesn't want to fly out. Oof. Oh, that's crazy. I hope the camera caught that. It's 2. All right, let me see. Let me do it like this. Here we go. Earth signs. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. What is the collective energy for you guys right now? Three of Wands. Okay. This is very Jupiterian, if you will. Try and get the light to focus there. So 3 of Wands talks about expansion. It talks about where you're heading. She's looking out and seeing all the vast space and possibility that lies before her. And knowing that it's coming. So it's expansion through not even necessarily doing anything, but like a deep knowing that something is coming and then aligning to those energies of expansion. So 3 of Wands, kind of beautiful. All right. Interesting. Why my camera is not picking up the color so much. All right. So let's see what Oracle card comes out with that, because I feel like the one for the water signs really did go along. So I'm very curious to see. All right. So what message from the mermaids wants to come out for my earth signs? Let's see. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. All right. Communication. Ooh, this makes sense to me. Okay, so that's kind of what you're expanding on this month, or looking to expand, is your communication, your reach, maybe who you're communicating with, maybe expanding the amount of people you're communicating with. So that's kind of beautiful. Oh, I just cannot get over the artwork. I could fall into it. It's just beautiful. So expanding your communication. All right, cool. Let me read you that message. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I swear okay, there it is. Here we are. Alrighties. Communication. Trying to find where. There we go. Pick up your phone and make the call. There's something that you need to communicate, and now's the time to do it. You can see the mermaid communicating with the turtle. This shows that communication can take many forms. It's not only verbal, but can also be telepathic, which is definitely the energy on tap for a Pisces new moon. Animals communicate using colors and frequencies. That's so interesting, because sometimes when I kiss my cat, I can see different colors and sparkles. Very interesting. All right. Perhaps you feel that things were left unsaid in a recent conversation. Sometimes we can get tongue-tied during an honest encounter and the words just won't flow. If this is the case, you can write a letter, an email, or a text. It's vital to articulate things that are important to you, and writing them down is a great way to do this. You can choose to send the communication to the other person or not. You'll know what to do with it once you've expressed your feelings. Sometimes we don't have the opportunity to express the things we wish to because the other person has passed on. If this is the case, using the method of writing everything down can be very cathartic. Definitely. It could be that someone wishes to communicate with you, and you're not giving them the space to do so because you think you won't like what they have to say. If you have an active imagination, which Pisces can kick up, things can seem bad when the reality is often less harsh. When we communicate with love and compassion, we can experience miraculous breakthroughs. This mermaid is also saying you could be called to meditate between other people's communications to ensure both sides are heard. Ooh, like a mediator. And it could be time to consider training to become a counselor. Interesting. Or perhaps it would be beneficial for you to see one yourself and get some things off your chest. All right, so really interesting. Just like my initial feel into it is still kind of what I'm feeling, just that you want to, and this, I kind of love like pulling one tarot card and one oracle card, because then the message becomes very clear. It doesn't have the space to get muddled. It's a way to harness all of that stored potential and kind of like help you focus it. But what I'm feeling here is that you want to expand your reach in communication. So like this energy is like, in a positive way. So like, to me, that I think of like, social media. I think of just presenting things to larger groups of people, or experimenting like I am with this. So definitely play around with that. But it could be any one of those things that they mentioned. If you're having a hard time in your communications, definitely journaling it would be definitely very cathartic. And also being a mediator. I feel like earth signs make excellent mediators because they're grounded. Not always, but a lot of times they'll hear out both sides. There's a patience there sometimes with people, depending on the rest of their chart. But like, I'm definitely feeling like with this energy that what gets expanded through this communication is going to be positive. So, whether that's you mediating and kind of like going into that sector in your career, where you're becoming a counselor of some sort, if it's like something much more broad or simpler, that there's something that you're expanding your communication on. You're expanding your expression really with this energy. You're expressing yourself to a larger audience. You're being more you. So I think that's really beautiful. All right. So next up we have, let's see, I did water, earth. I'll do air signs next, and then my fire signs will be last. I'm a fire sign. I'm Sagittarius sun, by the way. Scorpio moon and Taurus rising. So, all right. So here we go. Okay. Ooh. All right. Each time it's getting a little harder to shuffle here. So I'm in my air signs now, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this one's for you guys. You guys are usually the communicators of the zodiac, especially Gemini. I was thinking about Gemini when I said that. So we'll see what comes out for you this new moon in Pisces. All right. Let me see if I can get one card to fly out. I'm determined. I like having the card fly, but I also kind of think it's two fell. It's a good practice to kind of test your intuition by just doing it the other way. I hear stop when I'm doing that. When I'm doing it like that. Okay. So one card spirit, one card from my air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's see if I can get one. Interesting. Let's do. All right. Let me just do it this way. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. One card for you guys tonight. For this Pisces moon, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't know why I want to keep on doing that. It's interesting. The Knight of Swords. All right. Well, swords in the tarot are associated with air signs. And knights are always messengers. So this is communication coming in for you. Maybe an earth sign is trying to communicate something to you or deliver something to you. But this is fast moving communication. So that could come in through any way. He's running to his motorcycle there and he's got a message that has some urgency to it. I love the bird in this card too. Birds always kind of go along with air signs too. And I see a lot of them in this area. We have a lot of hawks that are just so gorgeous to look at. Every time I drive anywhere, I see one and I feel like they're guiding us. So this communication is coming into you. So I think the biggest advice that I have before we pull the oracle card is to be in a place where you're open to receiving that communication. Because something wants to come in there, a message. And it's going to help clarify something for you. All right, so let's see what oracle card wants to come out with that. What message from the mermaids? What's interesting is that these cards, like one is just popping out. It's so interesting. I definitely feel very in sync with these cards. All right. Gratitude. Well, it doesn't get better than that. Let me see something. And if you could see my table right now, it's so full. I'm just gonna move that. So beautiful. So this is a message that's coming in. Something that you maybe have to be grateful for, that's going to make you feel grateful. Again, I feel like there's something that you're feeling confused on at the moment, and that this communication that comes in will clear things up, and you're going to be grateful for that clarity that's coming in. So that's what I'm feeling there. And then let me go to the book here, see what they have to say. Oh, look at that. It's in alphabetical order. Okay, here we go. Gratitude. Gratitude for my air signs would be the mermaid message. Okay, develop an attitude of gratitude and watch the world around you change for the better. Is your cup half empty or half full? This mermaid has swung into your reading today to remind you to be grateful. She says it's easy to be grateful for the good things in life, but imagine if you could be grateful for everything. Knowing that the universe never makes a mistake. Contemplate this concept even if you find it a little challenging. The act of being grateful is almost like a magic spell. I would take out the word almost. It definitely is a spell. Counting your blessings is another way of expressing gratitude. No matter what your situation, know there's always someone somewhere who has even more challenges than yourself. It might not make your current experience any easier to deal with, yet it does help to put things into perspective. If you find the thought of being grateful difficult due to your current state of mind, then start each day counting your blessings. Even if you can only find one thing to be grateful for each morning, this is a positive start. Once you start to notice your blessings, you'll find more appear, and then you can express your gratitude sincerely. Moreover, when you focus on your blessings and attract more, counting them becomes totally easy, and you'll become even more grateful. It's true. Gratitude is contagious. The state of gratitude arises from not expecting anything from life. Often, we can feel hard done by. Maybe you sometimes find yourself saying that life isn't fair. That doesn't mean giving up. Far from it. Rather, it means surrendering to life and fully entrusting the universe to provide whatever you need while accepting everything with humility and gratitude. Yeah. I feel like, so you might start this cycle. So your intention tonight may be something along the lines of like, what is it that I can be grateful for, so that more messages of gratitude come in from me. And so like you starting off by listing 3 things, they can be so small. Like for me, let's see, what would it be today? I don't know. I'm grateful for makeup because I love using it to express myself. I did my eye makeup as little waves tonight for the Pisces new moon, and because I was going to be pulling these mermaid cards. So, oh my gosh, how are we already at 41 minutes? Anywho, so I did that. And then I was grateful for the pizza I had for dinner, and grateful for my cousin who video chatted me today to tell me about her new cat. And yeah, like I could just keep going from there. So if you start out with 3 things, since it's March and the number 3 is what I'm focused on tonight, start with 3 and write them down. And I think you're just going to keep on getting more things to be grateful for. And there's going to be some sort of clarity that comes in to you with this night. This night has a message, and it's going to be something that you're going to be grateful for. But start that cycle tonight, now, by listing 3 things. All right, so now we are at our fire signs, and I'm going to try to speed it up, and hopefully I'll have time to do one for the collective, because that would be nice. All right, this is for Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Let's see what you need to know for this next new moon and cycle ahead. Ugh. Your words optioning. All right. Okay. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm just... Whoa. Okay, hold on. All right. We had the Hanged Man, another major arcana, and it did fly out. I had a feeling it felt easier to shuffle these cards. So the water and the fire felt the easiest to shuffle tonight. So my earth and air are maybe having a little bit harder time. But yeah, so for the fire signs, the Hanged Man to me is the hanging out card. Like you're kind of waiting. You're in a mode of surrender too, kind of like the air signs. This is you waiting to move on something until you gain spiritual clarity or insight. So you're just hanging out until then and seeking that enlightenment, that wisdom to move on. And because it does come before the Death card in the tarot, I do wonder if this is like a message about something you might need to let go of. But I feel like, to me, what's coming in intuitively is that when you're hanging, you're kind of like weightless. You're suspended in motion. And it may give you the new perspective you need. Like, like that person is hanging upside down, and like that sends all the blood to your head. That's supposed to be really good for you to do. Makes me think of yoga and like some of the headstands and stuff. And like my teacher would always say that, like that, that blood rushing to your head and like everything, it just heals when you spend some time upside down. Things actually become clear. So right now you're hanging out and waiting for the spiritual wisdom and enlightenment to move forward with something. So I definitely can relate to that as a Sagittarius. Sometimes I push, but this is definitely a card of surrendering and like taking some time out. It's really hard for fire signs. I get it, but here we are. So, and 1 + 2 = 3. So there's the energy of 3 here too. All right, so let me see what mermaid card wants to come out for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius here. I can't believe how clear these cards are. Just support. Interesting. What was I watching? I was watching a reading earlier this week, and they were saying, I don't know if it was just for Sagittarius or a general one, but it was like, you got to be afraid to, or you got to be okay with asking for help. So maybe that's why you're not moving forward with something, because you're trying to do it all yourself. Which again, like I resonate with this energy because I'm a Sagittarius, but there's support there for you. So that's a message that might be coming in at this time when you're hanging out, seeking this spiritual enlightenment. Hopefully the support that you need will be made clear to you during this time. Another beautiful, beautiful card. Check that out. So pretty. Okay, let's read that one for my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Support. Okay, here we go. Okay. Support. Call upon a trusted friend now. Their perspective will reveal insights into your life that you may not have previously seen or considered. These mermaids are swimming in to support you now because they know another viewpoint is required to help you see your situation clearly from all angles. Sometimes we think we have to be our own counsel, but this isn't true. There are times in life when the trusted advice and support of another is key to setting you on the path to freedom from cares or concerns. The support of a close friend or friends is imperative for you right now. If you feel you don't have a friend to call on, then perhaps considering calling a helpline where you find an impartial, kind, and receptive ear. If this message doesn't apply directly to you, then someone around you is in need of this advice, and you could provide the support they require at this time. A supportive friend is someone who loves you unconditionally, is non-judgmental, discreet, and has honesty and integrity. Truth. In a way, you're placing your heart and soul into their temporary care while you express what's going on for you. Sometimes we just need to be heard, and the support we require comes from someone simply listening to us, lovingly, without judgment. This can be liberating on many levels. It's important that you find or offer support. You can also wish or pray for divine support to be sent to help with this situation. The universe is ready to offer all the support you need. All you have to do is ask from your heart. Well, that's really beautiful and pretty deep. Whether you're the one supporting someone else or in need of support, I think definitely reach out. It's kind of similar advice to the air signs because but I have a feeling you're the one who's going to be getting the call and being like, hey, how are you? And I think somebody may be calling you because you're just kind of hanging out, and maybe they can see something that you can't. So especially when it's coming from someone you trust, support can be the best thing. Like I'm thinking of my friend who's a Pisces, who I call up all the time to just like be heard. And she's really good at it. And I, of course, am there for her too. she's not as talkative as me. And but I am, and I always like appreciate her advice because she always does have a different perspective. And it's good to know that you don't have to do it alone, that you're never alone, that the support is here for you. And definitely, if you're not sure who to call, I would say definitely pray to your spirit guides, pray to whoever you consider God, your creator, to be, and pray to them to send you support. Either divine support or support in the form of someone you can trust. So really beautiful message. And don't push yourself to move forward. Just surrender to this time, because this person is not going to hang out forever. You can't hang upside down forever. That wouldn't be good. So you'll know when the time is to move, when you feel like you've gained that support. Then you can move forward. It's like clearing the way, which is definitely what I feel with this new moon. So, all right, so we have about 10 minutes. Perfect. Then I have to close the circle and release the guides and guardians. But I'm going to pull one more card for the collective. So this is for all of us, all signs, and just what do we need to know during this cycle, during this new moon in Pisces? What do we need to know right now that we don't know that will serve our highest good? Yes, our messages, the highest love, light, and truth. And messages that will serve our highest good and the highest good will. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Aho. And so it is. That was 30. I forgot to do that. I usually do. All right, let's see. Let's see if the collective card wants to come out easily for me. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not doing reversals tonight, by the way, which is really rare for me, but I think just because I'm pulling one card, that reversals wouldn't make sense. But this one came out like that. So 4 of Wands, beautiful. I mean, we are in a universal year 6, and 6 in the tarot is the Lovers. So 4 of Wands is the marriage card. It's coming together, right, in celebration with, it's like marriages of all kinds, really. A marriage between the divine masculine and divine feminine. But this is finding your people, your person, and creating harmony with that person, creating stability with that person, because 4s in the tarot are all about stability, celebrating with that person. So I feel like it's the energy, it is the marriage card traditionally. But this is also the energy of like celebration, of coming into alignment with a like-minded soul. So this has a like twin flame vibe to it, soulmate vibe to it, all the connections that just feel so joyful. So that's what we're going to be working on this cycle. So that's really exciting. You may meet the person you marry. Dang. Great. I'm open to it. Let's see what mermaid wants to come out with that. 4 of Wands for the collective card. If you're already married, again, this is like marriages of all kinds is kind of like what I'm feeling. So just like business partners, relationships that are going to make you feel stable and joyful, that are going to bring you into a state of harmony. Interesting. This is the only mermaid card that isn't coming out right away. Whoa, weird. Oh, and the cards just got really heavy. What the heck? Okay, what card do we need as a collective right now? Oh my goodness gracious. That's going to help us call in this 4 of Wands energy. There we go. Okay. I hear you. Trust. Yeah. This feels right. It's like the light in here is not picking up the colors, but it's so pretty. Wow. Yeah. So we need to believe it to see it, and not the other way around. That this is coming. We need to trust that it's on the way, which I definitely know I could work on, you know? So let's see what the card has to say here for trust. I was going to say, and it's giving me Pisces vibes. Well, they all give me Pisces vibes, but for some reason that one does in particular. I like the kind of darker colored cards, which is interesting. Must be my Scorpio moon. Okay. There we go. Trust. Trust in life. Nothing happens by chance, and the universe is guiding you towards your destiny. Have faith and trust. I sense a theme here. Okay. The mermaid says everything is working out perfectly and for the highest good of all, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. It's important to put your trust in life and know that all is well. Sometimes we can feel like a feather in the wind, blown this way and that, feeling out of control. Yet the truth is, we are never truly in control. Allow your heart and your inner wisdom to guide you through your situation, knowing that your sun will rise and shine once again. When our rational mind becomes dominant and our need to control takes over, life can be challenging. Yet within our mind, we also have the power to turn. When our rational mind becomes dominant and our need to take control takes over, life can be challenging. Yet within our mind, we also have the power to turn things around and surrender to our destiny as it unfolds, even if it feels uncomfortable at times. Know that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should, and there's nothing to concern yourself about. Life is creative and full of twists and turns. It's all part of the grand harmony, there's that word again, symphony of existence. But it's okay to sing out of tune sometimes. Trust that life is metaphorically helping you to compose a brand new song. However you interpret this card's meaning, the core message will keep coming back to trust. The place where you find yourself is an indication that your destiny is unfolding. It's a time of rebirth into the new and unknown. Yep, which can be frightening, even though there's nothing to fear. Go within and know all is well as you trust your life's process. Wow. Sitting where you are and knowing that this is coming. Relationships that you can be in harmony with. So this is the collective overall message, and it couldn't be more beautiful. We all just want to belong, and find people who see us for who we are. And when we don't see that in our life currently, it's hard to trust that can change, but that's the only thing that remains constant is change. So with that, I'm going to close it out. I'm going to thank you so much for being here, even though nobody joined me live. So I don't know if I'll always be doing this, but you got to start somewhere. And this is where I decided to start tonight. And I feel a lot of these messages for a lot of people. So I can't wait to share them on my Instagram, and hopefully this gets posted all right. So here we go. Let me just release the guides and guardians. First, I would like to release the element of spirit. Thank you for being here tonight and continuing to breathe life into us and help us to trust the process that life is unfolding in the perfect time, and to remind us always, and in a way that we can feel and believe, that magic is real. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. I release the guides and guardians of the North element of Earth. Thank you for being here so much tonight and giving us messages that all is well and all is safe, and that we can just be, and that we're protected and not alone. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the West element of water, thank you so much for pouring in tonight, messages of emotional healing, of surrendering, of going with the flow. Help us to continue to do that throughout this month and to be open to receiving all of the wonderful things that life has in store for us. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the South element of fire, thank you so much for being here tonight to remind us that our passion is awakening, and we are aligning to things that we want to expand to in a positive way. We're looking at things and seeing the big picture And thank you for helping us to continue all that stands in our way, helping us to burn that clean and create a new path that will bring us passion, creativity, and joy. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. And finally, guides and guardians of the East, element of air, thank you for bringing us in messages of clarity, messages that are still on the way. Thank you for opening up new doorways to communication and resources and chapters of our life that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. I release all guides and guardians of love and light. And with that, the circle is closed. Amen. Blessed be harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm at home, and so it is. All right, the circle is closed. All right, so I'm going to end this stream, and please feel free to follow me on Instagram, Cards and Coffee with Janine, and I will see you soon. Take care. Happy new moon in Pisces, everyone.